What is up, motherfuckers? Welcome back to another episode of Night Trap Podcast. Today, we have a pretty cool, pretty awesome review for you guys. I am bringing back the mask, which is, this is going to be a new mask, for this new era that we're entering here into the Night Trap Podcast. So hopefully, the creep is back. We're back in black. We're back with more reviews, with more interviews, with more shit. So hopefully you guys like it. Hopefully, all this craziness that has happened, keeps getting better. But for today, it is a perfect time to bring back the mask, the wrestling mask, the lucha mask, because today we have a review for a horror movie that just came out, and it just came out to Shudder. I do review a lot of Shudder movies because I think they're doing it right. So hopefully, you guys like this one, and we move on and we keep doing these fucking crazy ass reviews. But with that said, the review for this week is Dolly. So Dolly, it's a crazy ass movie. I just stumbled upon it, looking at movies there on Shudder. But doing some research on it, I did see that it had pretty good reviews and stuff. But I was like, okay, I'm gonna go in blindly. I'm gonna watch it. This looks pretty cool. So I did go in. I didn't know if it was gonna be a comedy, horror comedy. I didn't know what it was gonna be. I mean, I obviously saw that it's called Dolly, and it had a doll in the cover and stuff. But I was like, well, let's just go in it, kind of blind. I didn't know who came out or anything like that. I didn't do any research on it beforehand. I do like to go in blindly. So I fucking watched it, and then I was like, wow, this is kind of crazy. It is like a slasher movie, I am gonna say. It is a little bit more on the vein of that greedy, fucking disgusting, cabin in the woods kind of thing. So it's a lot like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I would say. Of course, it's not gonna be a masterpiece like that, but it is in the same vein of that big brooding force that can kill you. What I think it's very special about this one is that the slasher is a woman here, which is fucking kind of crazy, because she is a big, strong woman that can just fucking kill you. So, when I started watching this movie, you just see the craziness. There's this crazy lady that dresses like a doll, and you just see her kind of having a meltdown or some shit. They don't really explain much, but it's it's there, whatever. It's really not that important. It's a horror movie, so but it's kind of about this couple. They're kind of trying to decide if they're gonna get married or not. They're gonna go on a getaway to a cabin in the woods, precisely. And it turns out that the guy has a daughter, and the girl that he wants to marry, but she doesn't want to really. She's like, well, I never wanted a kid, so that wasn't ever one of my things. Which is kind of the theme of the thing, having a baby and being a mom, I guess. But, whatever, they go to the cabin in the woods, and then this is where all the craziness happens. The cool thing about this is that when I was watching it, I was like, wait a minute. Is that Sean William Scott? And yeah, it was Sean William Scott. If you don't know Sean William Scott, he's fucking, he comes out in Goon, of course, but he's most fucking famous for being Stifler in the American Pie movies, of course. He comes out in a lot of other shit. A lot of people did kind of corner him into being Stifler, but he has done roles in other shit where he's way better. For example, the one in Goon, he's fucking badass in that movie, one of my favorite movies ever, hockey movie, of course. But it is a badass fucking movie, and he's a pretty good actor, so I was pretty surprised to see him there. I mean, screen time wise, I would say that he's there maybe 10 minutes. I don't know, but it's not a spoiler per se, because this movie is about women, to be honest. It's about the final girl and the slasher, which is a woman. So I like the gore. It was pretty badass. I did like the scariness of it. It wasn't too scary for me. I don't think it was scary at all, but it was gory, and it did have some moments of me being like, oh, what the fuck is happening? Oh shit, that was kind of messed up. So it does have like a lot of those moments. Does have a lot of that fucking redneck family kind of thing. But I thought that the cool thing was like, well, who's playing this killer? Because I was like, well, it kind of looked like it could have been played by a man, if you know what I mean, because he looked big. So I keep using these pronouns and stuff, but I'll explain right now. It was just like, wow, who, like, this could be like, I mean, they didn't look tall per se, but they did look pretty buff and like big. So I was like, who the fuck is it? This could be like Samoa Joe, you know? Although Samoa Joe, I think, is like 6 feet something. But you know what I mean? Like somebody big. So I was doing my research. So come to know, the killer is played by Max the Impaler. If you don't know Max the Impaler, I mean, a lot of people are not going to know. But they are a wrestler. I think that currently in ROH, which is a Ring of Honor. But they are like an indie wrestler, basically. So, they are a non-binary, trans-masculine wrestler. And they are fucking insane. Like, when you see them, they are just completely, like, they are like a monster. And yes, I am using they, them because they are non-binary. So I do want to be respectful to them. But, you know, a crazy-ass wrestler. I'm going to show you a picture of them. But it's just, they look brutal, man. And this was perfect. This is a perfect role, you know, for them. This is a perfect role because, you know, they show their like strength, they show their like brutality. It is a pretty cool movie, to be honest. I don't like the design of the monster too much because the monster is just like a doll basically, and I think that the thing here is like the doll is kind of like Leatherface, but the monster is trying to be like a mom, and he keeps treating this girl like if it was a doll, like a baby doll, and it's creepy. It has some creepy moments, you know, where the monster's trying to feed it. I mean, I know that there's like feeding like this, but what do moms do when they want to feed? It's just something that's creepy and it's disgusting. And it has a lot of moments like that. It does have a lot of gory moments. It does have a lot of torture and stuff like that. So, you know, if you don't like that kind of stuff, you can skip it. But I did think that they did it pretty cool, like in a pretty cool way. It is pretty stylish. I do like the colors in the whole movie. There's a lot of reds and there's a lot of like, you know, like when it's darker, it is pretty visible. I am like legally blind, so it was pretty visible to me when it was darker. I didn't know what was happening and stuff, so it is a pretty cool movie. A lot of it does happen in the woods and stuff like that. The only thing that I didn't like is that they kind of like break it down in chapters. And I didn't like that because it's kind of telling you what's going to happen, right? So it'll say chapter 1 and then it has the title, right? But, for example, at the end, it'll be like chapter whatever, fight. And it's like, okay, I could have just seen the fight without you telling me. And then chapter like this, goodbye. And you're like, okay, so it's the ending. It's just, I don't like that. I didn't like that. You know, I just like to maybe just remove those chapter things and just keep the movie going. I think that'd be cool. It does have a lot of like Sam Raimi moments, kind of. I do see the inspiration from Sam Raimi in a lot of these things. So it was a pretty cool movie. I mean, I did really like it. I actually was surprised because a lot of these movies, if they don't grab me like in the first like 10-20 minutes, I just turn them off and I just watch something that I've seen before. You know, like I just go to like Rumble in the Bronx, something like just a B movie that I would like from the past. So something, but on this one, it did grab my attention. I did like, it did have some metalcore music from a band that I haven't heard in a while. Locked in, what are they called? Fucking forgot their name. Locked in the Vacancy. But they're a pretty cool metalcore band. The last album I heard from them was from 2006. So it was pretty cool to like and refreshing to kind of hear them there. So that was a cool touch right there. So this is like a pretty cool like Fangoria type of movie, Rue Morgue type of movie. You know, the one that you would read about in a magazine and be like, oh shit, I wish I could see this movie. Shudder is doing it right. I did love this, so I do hope like at one point in time, you know, maybe Shudder can release one of my stupid movies. We'll see. It's not gonna happen. But you know, it was a pretty cool movie, so I did enjoy it. I am going to give it a 7 out of 10. I would almost give it an 8. I'm gonna move it. I'm gonna move it to a 7.5. I'm gonna move it to a 7.5 out of 10. I did really enjoy the movie. I'm not giving it anything higher because I don't think like I want to watch it again per se. Maybe I'll watch it because they did say in the music video at the end it has the credits rolling and it has like a country band or something playing, and they do talk about like, oh, we'll see you in Dolly too, because you know how these movies go. You gotta have a sequel. And I was like, all right, they're kind of telling us that it's happening, but you know, whether it happens or not, I think that it's a pretty cool movie. I think you should watch it. 7.5 out of 10. It is a pretty fun movie to watch with your friends if you want to watch it. It doesn't have a lot of funny moments or anything like that. It is pretty much just a straightforward like slasher movie. But it does have a lot of like really weird like transitions and shit like that you're like, the fuck is happening? So it does kind of sometimes feel like a fever dream, but it's pretty cool still. So 7.5 out of 10. I do recommend it. Go get Shudder. It did increase in price a little bit, but I still think it's totally fucking worth it. But thank you so much guys for joining us again here, the Night Trap Podcast, the Terror Trap. I'm gonna try to do a lot more of these horror movie reviews. I'm gonna try to do a lot more interviews and stuff like that, so hopefully we can get that going again. But with that said, thank you guys for joining us. Remember to follow us at Night Trap Podcast on all social media. Well, Instagram and Facebook mainly. TikTok is dead because of this fucking guy. But anyways, whatever. Go follow us. Remember to click subscribe. Click the little bell to get notifications every time we get videos, because I know that like right now we're kind of coming back and not a lot of people are watching our videos. So tell your friends. Tell your fucking friends. Tell them like, hey, if you want to see some cool reviews and shit like that, go to Night Trap Podcast. They have it. Hopefully we'll have more interviews and shit like that. We want to have a paranormal episode soon, so getting ready for that. But thank you so much, guys. We'll see you in the next episode. Later, bitches. Bye.